Are you recording this right now?
Yeah.
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married.
Shane and I first met at a bar in Davenport, Iowa, downtown, called the Carriage House.
We met, I guess, working at an establishment when I was in college. It would be called a bar.
Prior to me meeting Shane, I was kind of warned to stay away from him, but this was from a male figure at the bar, so, I mean, not females. All the females thought he was a great guy. And so when I met him, I guess I had like this perception of who I thought he was because of what someone had told me. And I just thought he was this crazy fun guy. He showed up that night after a tailgate in Iowa City with a sweatband across his head and wristbands, sweat wristbands, and a t-shirt that said, "Your girlfriend's been at my tailgate." And so I thought he was hilarious.
Genuine, sweet, cute.
Wait.
Our first date was actually at Savitre's,
Okay.
which of course is no longer open, in Davenport, Iowa.
And funny story, we were eating dinner and I had ordered sushi, I believe, because I'll never forget this. The ginger I thought was something else at the time, so I took my chopsticks and put the whole ginger in my mouth and looked at him and freaked and grabbed my napkin and spit it out, and it was a cloth napkin. I was horrified, and he started laughing, and I like excused myself to the bathroom, and yeah, that was interesting. I first knew that Shane was the one when I was moving to Arizona.
I think it was in our time that we were kind of going in, I shouldn't say two different separate parts of our life, but like we weren't together. We were on what they so-called a break. And I just felt a void in my heart that I knew I wanted to be with her. So I'd probably say that, and that was in like 2009, 2010 maybe. Right.
I would say one of the most memorable dates that we had for me was we had actually not been dating that long, and it was in the beginning of our relationship, and we were driving around screaming out Kenny Chesney songs with our windows rolled down because we were just wild and crazy and carefree when we were that young, which wasn't that long ago. I talk about it like it was forever ago. And we pulled into the parking lot and he told me that he loved me.
Wow. We've had so many. I'll just say the next one that we'll be on, because I think every date that we're on, we make it memorable. We got engaged in Des Moines, Iowa, on March 21st, 2015. Boy, I hope I got that date right.
The proposal was a complete and utter shock. Like, seriously, I had been painting the spare bedroom all day. Shane was at a bachelor party and was driving home that day.
It's kind of an interesting story because, as I say it, I was just coming back from a friend's bachelor party. And I woke up in a hotel room and looked at myself and was like, wow, I better do something real quick because I'm not getting any better looking. No. So that day I got back from being out of town. Of course, she was doing a house project, which she does so well.
And I had already laid out supper for the night, which just so happened to be like one of our favorite meals, pork chops and fresh green beans and potatoes. And he said, why don't you go take a shower? I'll start getting food ready and this and that. And I got some food ready and went and got in the shower. He asked if he could pour us wine, which was everything that we normally do, so I didn't think anything was different.
I've kind of had it outlined of how I was going to ask her. And so at our dining room table, just her and I in our comfy clothes, totally typical of what we do on a Friday or Saturday night if we weren't out with friends or family.
And then I was running around the house like a silly person after dinner, showing him these blinds that we were getting to put throughout our house, and I was so excited. And he asked if I wanted to play a game of Uno, and he had the cards face down, and he had told me that he learned a new way how to play Uno. And of course, I didn't hesitate. We love to play Uno. He's super competitive at it. I'm not. And so I sat down and flipped the first card over, and it was a wild, and I asked him what I was supposed to do, and he said, keep flipping. So I flipped again, and it said, will you marry me? And he was on his knees with a ring and a big smile on his face.
The rest is history.
Just probably saying our vows and actually calling myself a wife and having him be my husband.
Of course, I can't wait to see my future bride in her dress. And I guess just to spend the day with such great friends and family.
Well, it depends what the bad day is from. But honestly, like, there's not too often that I have like bad days where I come home and complain, because I love what I do now, and so I never really ever have to complain about that, and I'm always feeling great now, so that's great. He just usually gives me positive affirmations.
She does it all the time. It's with her smile. You know, she just has this thing about her where she just knows how to put a different perspective on things.
If Shane has a remote, it is always Sports Center or some kind of sports, golf, basketball, football, baseball.
Oh, there's no, whatever those channels are on Keeping Up with the Kardashians or Real Housewives of DeSoto, Iowa, or Webster City, Iowa, or whatever that stuff is. You know, we've always talked about that. Maybe just one, maybe just two, but of course my biggest thing is healthy and whatever's easiest on her also. So if I had to guess, hopefully maybe two.
That's a tough one. We always said one because we are climbing up the ladder in age. But honestly, like at this point in my life, it's just whatever God decides to bless us with. So 1, 2, however many.
7.
Maybe after 3 I'd have to think about things. Oh my gosh, there's so much I'm looking forward to in the next year. Lots of exciting things happening for us and our families. More than anything, just being a wife, and it's so weird to even call myself a fiance. It's so exciting when I call Shane my fiance. I'm like, yay! I almost get teary-eyed because we've waited so long for this, and it's awesome to be a 34-year-old woman and not call him my boyfriend. I can call him my fiance. So just the future, being married, starting a family.
I think hopefully if we're blessed enough and fortunate enough to of course keep growing together and hopefully have a family.
You give me all